Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and as you can tell from the title of this video, it's going to be Top 10 Ecchi Anime. Not waifus, but that's very close, But this time I'm going to be counting my favorite Ecchi anime. Of course, I'm a man of culture. We all are man of culture. We in the anime community, majority of us enjoy a good Ecchi harem anime. That's my guilty pleasure, man. I've I can't count the number of times I've rewatched High School DXD, High School of the Dead, and more, and so much more. Actually, I need to count them down in the top 10 manner so that I can suggest to you guys some of my favorite actual anime series. And if you guys don't agree, please leave me your own top 10 or your own favorite actual anime series in the comment section below. And please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy my list. And now number 10 is Infinite Stratas. Of course, it's very low on this list, but it's about Ichika Orimura being able to pilot an Infinite Stratus, which is supposed to be only allowed for girls. And that, with that being said, he has to study in an all girls mech school, which is kind of awesome in a way. I do love that kind of aspect, like just that kind of aspect. Me in an all girls school studying about mech, because what kind of boy doesn't like mechs, right? I mean, come on now, mechs with girls, mechs and girls. So that being said, this is definitely one of the early iteration of Darling of the Franxx. I feel like I prefer this series over Darling of the Franxx. I feel like that's kind of controversial for me to say, but I do like this more. But with that being said, I really don't like the main protagonist, and in here, the reason why it's in here is because of the girls. I really like the girls' design. My favorite so far is the Tsundere Ren, or Ling Yao. I think it's Ling Yao or Ren. Let's just call her Ren because that's how the main character addresses her. So I do love her. Although I do love uh Charlotte and that German girl. I don't remember. It's Laura. It's Laura Bodywig, right? Bodywig. So Laura, although ironically enough, I don't really I do ship the main character with the main girl. What's her name again? I don't remember the main girl either. So I do ship her with that, but I do prefer. I do love a lot of the girls in this Infinite Stratus except for that one. So with that being said, number 10 would be Infinite Stratus, and let's proceed into number 9. Number 9 would be Sakurai, of course. I mean, it's basically a battle shonen, but instead of guys getting the power up, it's girls getting the power up, and it's harem. Like, it's very perverted and it's very harem, but it's not really that perverted. It's very tame. Although it's low in this list is because again the main protagonist is kind of bland in my opinion, and it's kind of his main attraction is just he's too nice for his own good. Like he's too nice. Just that's his character plot. But I think he's a lot more sensitive and a lot more smarter than Ichigo Arimura. So for now, number 9 is Sakurai. So let's go on to number 8 is the Asterisk War, of course. Wait, wait, I think the Asterisk War? Huh. I think okay. I must have okay. I do there is a similar series than Asterisk War. It's called Chivalry of the Failed Knight, but For some reason, I put the Asterisk War here because I think I do prefer it more. I do prefer the Tsundere more. So she's a lot cuter. So I think that's probably why I put it in the because they're similar, but one has a lot more tragic hero or main hero, but one is both of them is tragic. What am I saying? Yeah, both of them have tragic backstory, of course, because that's his main protagonist. But I think mainly because I do love a lot of the characters in Asterisk War, so that I preferred Asterisk War over Chivalry of the Failed Knight. That yeah, I do love a lot of them are there. So for now, number 8 is the Asterisk War, and I do prefer the story a bit. Less, it's a lot more tame than the Chivalry of the Failed Knight. I do I do love that. So it it it's a pass for me. So I do prepare it. So number 8 is the Asterisk War. Number 7 is an isekai, of course. I mean, I love isekai in general. So the value of just escapism, like I do the my favorite escapism anime is by far Infinite. Uh, that in other words, in another world with my smartphone, because it's just so glad that you can actually put yourself within the shoes of the main character. So I do love that. And How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, it's I think I do love the main character a little bit more than the other three from 8 and 9 and 10 from those series. But the Diablos, I do relate to it to some extent because I'm a little awkward and I do tend to misunderstand a lot, which is perfect for Diablo. And I do love Diablo's like funny nature. Like yeah, I not just the girls because Shira, that boobs are just gigantic and freaking. The cat lolly Rem is really cute as well. Rem, it's also the demon lord. I can't pronounce his name. I do remember it though. Crab something. Crab Skullum. I can't remember. I can't pronounce her name. They're all cute female, and I do love the main characters. So for now, number 7 is How Not to Summon a Demon. Number 6 is Date Alive. Okay, I do love Date Alive. I've rewatched it countless of time. Freaking uh Kurumi is best girl, by the way. I do love Kurumi. I do love the other girls as well, especially Yoshino, the ice lolly. I do love Yoshino. I love most of the girls. Although Shido is not really that unique of a character by himself. Kind of remind me of a more uh it kind of remind me of his what's that called? His motivation kind of reminds me of a typical shonen. But you know what? Just for the girls alone, I do love how the girls have a lot more in depth of a backstory. There's a lot more to them than just the design or just the fan service aspect. So just for now, it's enough to land it at number 6 on my list. So number 6 is Date Alive. And the reason why it's also very high up on my list is because they is the girls in Date Alive is just very very memorable to me. I don't know why. I always remember them, but even if I don't remember the faces, I always remember the character design. I don't know. I really don't know why that is, but for me, I do love the harem, Ishido's harem. I do love Shido a little bit. Reminds me a little bit of a typical shonen, just his motivation alone. But for now, number 6, 5 is kind of controversial because I feel like this is not that popular. But number 5 is Campione, and Of course, I do love I when it comes to like mythology and stuff. I'm not really that good at it, but I don't really remember a lot of things on mythology. But it's about Kusunagi Godo accidentally ending up in the world in a mythological war between gods and god slayers. Basically, that kind of plot. I do love it, but there are a lot of gener- generosity, yeah, a generic aspect of it. But I do love the aspect of god gods in the mix, like mythical gods. So for me, that alone, and the girls are freaking hot as well. Big, I do love that girls. Eric Blindelli especially. Yeah, Erica. I think Erica. Yeah. So for now, number five would be Campione. I don't know why I put it higher than Data Locker though. I don't know. Yeah. So let's go on to my top four. So my top four is gonna be very self-explanatory if you've been in my channel a long time. So let's go into my number four. It's No Game No Life, another isekai, which is about Sora and Shiro ending up in the world of this board, and they have to revive or revitalize humanity's last last hope or last survival. Yeah, help them survive essentially. So I do love it. I do love the harem. I love Shiro. Shiro is quite adorable, and her uh relationship with her brother is actually really lovely for me. I do love Shiro and Sora's relationship. They're very close, and the fact that freaking both of them made fun of other characters like Stephanie and their other relationship with Jubral and the others, I really do dig it, and I wish for a season two for No Game No Life as well. So I hope that it gets a season two. So without further ado, let's proceed and to number straight up from Shonen Jump or a shonen series is Fairy Tail. You already know. I mean, my favorite character, my favorite waifu is Lucy Heartfilia and Sora Nawaguria or Angel from Orange Says. So you already know that it's Fairy Tail. I love freaking Fairy Tail. Call me mainstream, call it too mainstream, but I do love my Fairy Tail. I do love a lot simply because there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful waifus in Fairy Tail. Like, without even without taking for account my favorite waifu Lucy Artfilia and Sarna, there's Urza, there's Mira Jane, there's Lucky, the girl with the wood magic, there's the Grace Master or Ultir, there's Yukino, Sarna's younger sister Minerva. A lot of great waifus in uh in Fairy Tail. So for me, I do love Fairy Tail. It's enough to land it number three, but of course there's gotta be something better than Fairy Tail that I actually like as an actually. So without further ado, let's go on to number two, which beat down Fairy Tail in my opinion. Two is High School DXD. Yep. Number two is High School DXD. Isehiro is about Isehiro reincarnating as a devil and gaining a harem and gaining the most beautiful devil of all time, Rias Grammary, and the most supportive devil of all time. So, now what I dislike about Fairy Tail that I actually like about High School DxD. I dislike about Fairy Tail is they play the cliche of power of friendship way too much in Fairy Tail. Like they played off way too much. But in High School DxD, it's kind of more like a parody for them. Like they made fun of it by using the words "power of boobs" or Issei gaining boob powers, essentially. Like the more Issei, it's essentially Issei's power of friendship, which is kind of hilarious in a way. And I do love, in all of the harem, I do love Issei because he's just the most standout kind of character. Not really the most unique, but he's the most standout kind of harem protagonist in my opinion. So for me, number 2 would be High School DXD. Let's proceed into number 1. It's a fairly recent series from 2020. Number 1 is Interspecies Reviewers. This is a bit controversial, but there's a lot of cancellation when it aired, and and the war that went on in my anime list. But with that being said, I did really enjoy Interspecies Reviewer. Although this would go against what a YouTuber named Napstaku said, but I don't really think it's worth 10 though. I really don't think it's worth 10 in my anime list. So for me, maybe an 8ish. But with that being said, Interspecies Reviewer is actually about a group of guys reviewing brotels are of different species in a fantasy-like world. And I do love the three main characters, their character interaction, how they relate to each other, how hilarious, and how they played out some of the hentai tropes and actually animated tropes in a hilarious way. It's very perverse, it's very hilarious, it's fun, and I do recommend for you all to watch Interspecies Reviewers. Please watch it and enjoy. Just enjoy it, and it's very cultured. So without further ado, let's end it up on the bang. And that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this most cultured video in my channel so far. And please like and subscribe, and please click one of the videos in the screen right now for more content. And please, you guys, tell me your favorite ecchi series and tell me in the comment section below. Please stay tuned for more videos, and see you in the next one.